Gentlemen, this is M from the 33 Secrets, back again, and the topic for tonight's coaching video is entitled Woman Shocks Steve Harvey, leaves Steve Harvey speechless with her massively long list of dating requirements for men. You are not going to believe the list that this woman has for the men that she dates. And this is why I keep telling you guys, you've got to stay off of these dating apps, because this is exactly the type of women that you are going to be meeting on many of these dating apps, whether it's Bumble, Tinder, Plenty of Whales, Plenty of Fish, Match, and all the rest, right? These are the type of women that are on these dating sites, and it's hilarious because the older they get, the longer this list grows. And this woman is barely 30 years old, right? She's already hit what we call the WALL here on the 33 Secrets. Yet she already has this massive list, and it's just going to get worse and worse. But we're just going to go ahead and crack right into her list, and you can let me know what you think of this, especially if you are on these dating sites now. Go ahead. See if you could fulfill even a few points on her list. Let's jump right into this, shall we?
Heather brought me her list of requirements, so let's check them out. He must be between 30 and 45, financially stable, no kids, 5'10" or taller, no hookups or flings, ready to settle down, no roommates, no smoking, must love dessert, and can't be anti-sugar. What's the deal with the desserts?
Well, okay, that's a really important one because I'm the founder and CEO of my own frosting company. And so it's an all-natural gourmet frosting, and so I make a lot of desserts. Okay. And I do a lot of, trade shows and making desserts. So he has to like dessert. If he doesn't like dessert, it's totally a deal breaker.
Okay, already, let me just stop her right there. Why does he have to like exactly what she likes? I mean, I can understand that we all have preferences with what we want in a dating partner. That's fair, right? I mean, I like blonde girls with blonde hair, preferably, but I'll date a brunette. I generally like girls with light color eyes, whether it be blue or green. So we all have certain preferences. Does it mean that, I wouldn't date somebody with brown eyes? Of course not. If they were cool, sure, why not, right? But you have to have some flexibility to some degree. They don't have to like exactly what you like. I mean, so already with her list of requirements, I can understand if she was a bit flexible on it, but she's not. She's like, he has to meet each and every one of these requirements, which is going to be very challenging for her to find. But let's keep going.
Totally a deal breaker.
Okay.
Totally a deal breaker.
There's more requirements, so let's take a look at these. Must be honest, reliable, sweet and kind, quick-witted, romantic, must love food, must pay on the first date,
Whoa.
No flowers on the first date, must be a social drinker, and must never wear sweatpants. What?
Those are basics.
Why he can't wear sweatpants?
No, the last guy I dated, we fought all the time because he wanted to go to Starbucks in sweatpants and go to breakfast in sweatpants, and no one should be doing that.
Whoa. Going to Starbucks in sweatpants, a whole lot of people do that, especially if it's early in the morning, it's cold out, and you just want to go in there and get your coffee. Why would you get all dressed up just to go to Starbucks? Right? So, again, with the lack of flexibility here, I can understand if you're meeting at Starbucks for some, maybe a first coffee date or something like that. That's understandable. But she's saying that you should not be going to Starbucks at all wearing sweatpants, or going to breakfast wearing sweatpants. I mean, it really depends where too, right? What if you're traveling together and you're just going downstairs to the hotel breakfast? I've done that a number of times. I'm not going to get dressed up for that, especially if it's early, if it's like 8 in the morning and I'm just going to eat breakfast anyway and just go back to my room. I'm not going to get dressed up for that. I'm not there to impress anybody, and I don't know why she has to have her meat hooks into her man about things that are really trivial, like wearing sweatpants. Why do you, I mean, already you could see just kind of like the amount of nagging that you would have to deal with by dating this chick. Just nag, nag, nag. Oh, you really gonna wear that today? Or, oh my gosh, you didn't bring me flowers. It's our first date. I mean, really? Or no, she said no flowers on the first date. But, you know, just the amount of mental exhaustion to date this girl. I mean, just getting through just even the second part of her list here is already like, wow. And she's not flexible on this stuff, guys. She literally said total deal breaker. Okay, total deal breaker. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, we got some more requirements, but we don't have no more room. Guys, let me get one of the pillars over here. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see. Must be adventurous, must be humble, must be spontaneous, must be a planner, can't be self-centered, can't be cocky, must love dogs, can't own a dog from a breeder, can't be jealous of her dog, and can't own a cat. The hell, what? You can't have a dog from a breeder?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Steve, there's so many dogs out there that are in need of homes that are shelter dogs, and they're really sweet, great dogs. So any guy that's going to spend a ton of money to buy a purebred dog, it just says something about his character. I don't like that.
Yeah, he wants a dog?
But he can adopt.
Okay.
Okay, what are these chicks clapping about? I don't get it. But I mean, I do see her point about the dogs, just because I've had dogs, and I've dated a couple of girls that had dogs that were from breeders, and usually it's just a lack of education, because a lot of times when you get a dog from a breeder, you're paying big bucks, anywhere from $500 to thousands of dollars to get like a purebred dog or a certain breed of dog. Whereas, especially these days with the internet, you could find that dog sitting in some shelter or some pound that you could save his life. So, I mean, I do see her point with that, and I would never go to a breeder. I would always do rescue. Like all my dogs have been rescues, and I always wanted an Australian kettle dog, but they're kind of hard to find in the shelters. But at some point, I will. So I see what she's saying about that, but that's just, pure education, and it doesn't mean to just like act somebody out. It's kind of like politically you could be on the opposite side of the fence of somebody, but it doesn't mean you can't give them an opportunity to see if like, hey, maybe we can meet somewhere in somewhere in the middle, and just maintain that flexibility, right, and keep the conversation going. But these are all basically total deal breakers to her. And the fact that she's saying can't be self-centered, I mean, does this go for her too? Right? Would she be willing to fulfill some guy's list? I don't think so, right? Because her list is long enough. But imagine if she met a guy who was like her and had his own list. You think she would accommodate his? No. So, she's really swinging for the fences here. And, I mean, she's not ugly. She's cute. But, I mean, even if she was a dime piece, to require all this, it's way too much work. It's just, people have lives. We got other things that we need to focus on. And dating should be the fun part, right? You date for enjoyment. You don't date to stress yourself out. You don't date to make your life, more miserable. You date to make your life better, to feel better, not to feel worse. Right, let's go on with our list.
Okay, he can't be jealous of your dog?
So the last guy I dated, he admitted after a few months that he was jealous of my dog, and he was kind of mean to my dog in the beginning. And he said that I gave my dog more attention than I gave to him.
Did you?
Who cares? Why is this guy jealous over a dog? So yeah, that's beta. Don't worry about that. Just, do your own thing when she's busy with her dog.
Well, I mean, my dog never fought with me.
That's because your dog ain't got to live up to all them damn requirements. Your dog probably go to hell. Woo. Man, damn, glad I'm a dog. We're not done yet. We can get another pillar. In fact, yeah.
Jeez.
Let's bring all of them in here. Bring both
Can't they
of them
scroll? Why don't they have like
I'm not-
scroll?
You ready?
Jeez.
Must be in shape. Can't have six-pack abs. Can't
What?
have six-pack abs. Can't be too skinny. Can't have a runner's physique.
Jeez.
Can't be stronger than me.
Wait. Can't be stronger than me? Hey, what do you want? You want a guy who's weaker than you? I mean, here is where her, female cognitive dissonance kicks in, because this is exactly the type of guy that she would not want, that she would friend zone. Can't have six-pack abs. Can't be too skinny. That just makes no sense. She wants a guy with a dad bod. Can't have a runner's physique. Yeah, she wants a guy with a dad bod. Can't be stronger than. That's ridiculous. So you just want somebody who's never lifted weights, who's not physical, because generally men are stronger than women. So I'm assuming she's speaking physically. So can't be obsessed with sports. Okay.
Can't be obsessed with sports. Can't be a hunter. Can't own a boat. Can't be a gamer. Can't be materialistic. I'm out.
That would be out.
Can't be materialistic.
Wow.
What does that mean? He can't want anything?
He can't want to buy things all the time.
Can you talk to my wife?
Probably.
Okay, can't be materialistic? Who decides that? I mean, what do you mean he can't want to buy things all the time? What if if he's buying it with his money, he could buy whatever he wants, right? And as a guy, if you have your own money and you're with somebody and that's your money, and it doesn't hurt your family, or it doesn't, say you have kids and stuff, and that's your extra spending money, I don't see what the big deal is, right? That's your dough. For me personally, I don't let any of my girlfriends interfere with anything I buy, and none of them have ever said anything about it either, because I buy like certain things that I like. I bought a collector car last year, and even before then, when I bought my 65 Corvette, I was seeing somebody at the time, and they didn't blink twice about it, because it's my money, right? That's what I want to enjoy. I'm engaging in my passion and my hobby. Cars that were on my, that were posters on my wall growing up, and that's something I want. So I don't know how she judges materialism, because when I look at materialism, I see women more guilty of that than men. Because usually when men buy something, they're buying it because they have a passion for it, and it's more of something that they're generally an enthusiast about. Whereas for women, they'll buy like jewelry, purses, watches, not because they're like collectors or anything, but just for the pure desire to show off to women in their office, stuff like that. So that to me is being materialistic, and having to wear like $1,500 Jimmy Choo shoes, or Prada and Louis Vuitton handbags. Most of that stuff is is unnecessary, but that's engaging in materialism. And she's right here, she's wearing a nice dress, and I don't know what type of shoes she's wearing, but wouldn't that be considered materialistic? So here we have a pretty decent shot of her face, by the way. So this is the type of woman that you see online, guys, that desires all of these things from her man. She expects you to deliver all of these requirements, and meet all of these requirements, I should say, before you can even go on a date with her. Are you kidding me? Okay, I would not even cold approach this chick if I was, if I saw her in the aisle at like Whole Foods, or doing day game, or definitely not at night game. No, man, there's way better talent out there. Not to piss on her looks, but yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. Must respect a gluten-free diet. Can't be too close to family and friends. Must open doors for me. must be willing to move someplace warm, must love traveling, can't brag about traveling. Oh, we can go there, but you can't tell nobody. You shut your mouth. You telling everybody we was in Arizona for. Must maintain eye contact, can't be a party boy, can't be intimidated by me.
Jeez.
Favorite season cannot be fall.
Oh my goodness, dude.
There's more, we ran out of pillars. He can't love fall?
So the thing about that is that every guy I've gone out with that says their favorite season is fall they're so typical. Everyone's favorite season is fall. And so then they want...
Not true. My favorite season is summer, right? Second favorite season would be spring, because that's leading up to summer. I love beach weather, and I love going to the beach. I grew up in front of the beach. So that would, yeah, if anything, my least favorite is winter, and second least favorite would be fall, because that's leading into winter, and I can't stand cold weather. Yeah, and even like having summer as my favorite time of the year, you can attribute certain qualities to that. That's pretty typical of people who like summer, as you could with any season. So she's being a little facetious there. But again, with this list of requirements for somebody who's already 30, this is insane.
I want to go pumpkin picking and apple picking and to haunted houses and it's just like it's watching the same movie and knowing the ending every single time.
Do you like quiet time?
I do.
You're going to have a lot of
Good one.
Yeah.
You're young, smart.
Yeah, not that young.
This is a lot, man.
Yes.
You gotta go. See, if you're looking for a guy with all of that,
Yeah.
I don't know that he exists.
No. He's got to exist. You don't
Okay.
think so?
He exists, right? Yeah, let's be honest. A guy like that does exist. There are probably plenty of them out there. Do they fit that list verbatim? You know, she would need to have some flexibility. However, you know, there begs the question is, would that type of guy want to put up with a woman like her? Would any type of guy really want to put up with her? I mean, even a simpish type of guy who would, she probably stuck in her friend zone at one point, say she gives that guy a chance after, probably even after a few days of dating her, he would be just exhausted. This chick would mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and probably even financially exhaust you of all your resources. I mean, this is just going beyond requirements into pure selfishness, right? I mean, it's like she wants her own little Ken doll that she can just, you know, mold and shape into exactly what she wants him to be. And imagine you step out of line of any of these requirements, or you don't, you know, you say you're starting to slack, she's going to be there to remind you and probably even threaten to end the relationship if you don't pick up, you know, you don't start picking it up. But these are the type of chicks that you guys are meeting online, man, that have these dating profiles.
Let me ask you something. Been 8 years.
8 years?
I've dated a lot since then.
Right. Okay.
Really?
You got another 8?
Yeah, what happened to those guys? What happened to those guys she's dated? She said, I've dated a lot. AKA carousel. Okay? She's dated a lot. So now we're dealing with somebody who has some mileage between the vaginal odometer there. So she's still single, right? And she's already saying she's dated a lot and she's still single. And you know what's going to happen next? She's going to end up being 40, 50, 60 years old, still talking about how she can't find a man. Oh, yeah, nobody wants me. Nobody wants to be with me. It's like, this is why, you know, you can't feel sorry for women like this, especially when they get older. Look at this list that she has. This crazy, insane list that she herself said, if he doesn't meet these qualities verbatim, it is a total deal breaker. That is how these chicks end up single, and they just continue to ride the carousel, right? I'm sure she'll date guys who don't fit all these requirements, and she'll bang those guys. We call them CHADS. And she'll bang those dudes in the meantime while she looks for the beta who's going to fulfill all of the requirements she has here. And even if she got this guy, by the way, she got this guy who fulfilled every single one of these requirements. Do you think she would value him? Do you actually think she would be attracted to him? Do you actually think she would be, she would respect that guy? No. Because he's fulfilling literally every requirement and every need she could ever wish for. And that would translate to making her bored, right? Because there's no longer anything to chase. You got what you want, and then she would just continue to piss on that guy. Because women like this is why we call them damaged, guys. They're damaged because they cannot function in a normal, healthy relationship with a normal, healthy person. They are dysfunctional. So they are going to sabotage relationships with good men while they enable bad men. You hear what I'm saying? So when they date good guys who would treat them right and give them everything they want and more in life, they are just going to not value those guys, and they're going to treat them poorly. Okay? Whereas guys who mistreat them and misbehave and cheat on them and might even be abusive in a relationship, those are the guys that she'll reward because they are damaged. Okay? They're damaged. So, on with her list.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay, then do you understand what I'm getting at? I'm just trying to help you, Heather.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Because I just looked over there and I forgot I must maintain eye contact.
See? Okay. So there was a little bit of an update with this where the Steve Harvey show sent her on a date with somebody that they found who she might like, and let's go ahead and see what happened on that date.
My next guest can't find a man who fits her requirements. Heather brought me her list of requirements, so let's check them out. See, if you're looking for a guy with all of that,
Yeah.
I don't know that he exists.
No. He's got to exist.
No guy is everything. Please welcome Colin. How about you go out and see if you can enjoy him and if he can enjoy you? And promise me one thing, we're not discussing the list.
Steve told me that I'm not going to find a guy that...
And she already saw her face, like, if we just go back a sec here, when they tried to set her up with this guy, she wasn't even being optimistic. Look, she has the RBF, right? What if I tell you guys the RBF? Resting bitch face. She's got the resting bitch face right here. When Steve Harvey was like, hey, we found a guy, we're just going to set you up, don't talk about the list. Look at her. She's already, got the RBF. Imagine dating her. You're going to get this RBF all the time. Right? And this is what you'll notice about most modern women and most feminists these days who just can't stand men. They have this resting bitch face 24/7, this RBF. But let's go ahead and see how our date went.
Steve told me that I'm not going to find a guy that meets all those requirements. I'm enjoying his company. He seems like a really nice, normal guy.
The date is going really well.
Nice, normal.
It was nice to
Nice.
convert.
If she's saying how nice your date was, translation, I'm not attracted to you, you're a chump, and you belong in my friend zone.
with her away from the light.
I would like there to be a second date, but again, he lives in DC, and I'm not going to ever live in DC. I have no desire to live in DC. So what do they call it? Geographically undesirable? I think that might be the case.
So even for a guy, really, even for a guy that she would be interested in, here you go again with her expressions. Got the RBF. Even for a guy, if she met a guy who fulfilled all those requirements, she would still look for an excuse like, oh, okay, there's no way, because he lives on this side of the country, I'm not going to move there. You know, it's like, okay, can you compromise with him if you care about each other enough? Can you meet halfway, or, can you possibly just try to find something you like about where he lives? No, there's no compromise. She's literally like, no, you have to fulfill every requirement and live in the right. I mean, that wasn't even on her pillar, right? Which it should have been. Like, he has to live on, the West Coast, for example, or he can't live further than the Midwest, because clearly she does not want to date somebody who lives, in Washington, like in cold temperatures. So, yeah. But this is what I talk about when I say these girls are already dysfunctional, because she is already looking for reasons to sabotage, right? She's not being optimistic whatsoever. She's being pessimistic, and she's looking for reasons to just not contribute, right? And not help the relationship, because this is the wrong guy, right? She said it herself. He's nice. And then he was even going, yeah, this was nice. No. Okay, because if she was dating the bad boy, if she was dating the Pookie, the Tyrone, the Chad, she would be sitting there complaining about him and how he doesn't open doors, and he doesn't like sugar. He doesn't pay on the first date. He doesn't do these things. Oh my gosh, but he's so hot. Oh, but he lives in New York. What? Okay, I'll move there. I love him. I'll move there. She would make all these exceptions. Again, just part of that red pill saying, right? Women make rules for beta males and they break rules for alpha males. So she's making all sorts of rules for who? The beta males, guys. But once the Chad comes into her life, it's probably all the guys she's talked about that she's dated in the past. Oh, I've dated a whole lot. Those are all those Chads who don't fit. They're not fitting any of those requirements on her list, but she's giving them a free pass. Why do they get a free pass? Because they're the bad boys. They're the Chads, right? But the beta Brad, does he get the free pass? No. You better fulfill all these requirements, and then once you do, she will torture she will torture you to no end. Okay, she will torture you to no end. And not only that, you won't even get her at the end, because she'll be so bored with you because you're so predictable and transparent. Now there's no challenge. So back to the Chads who mistreat me and misbehave in our relationship and cheat on me and lie to me. I'm going to go and make me cry all the time. I'm going to go with those guys. The guys who don't fit any of these requirements on her so-called list. I'm going to go with those guys. So this is why I tell you guys, A, stay off the dating apps, and B, stay away from these women who are over the age of 30 and still single. There's a reason for it, right? She's not a bad-looking chick, even with this RBF that she's got going here, right? Even with a resting bitch face. She's not a bad-looking girl. She's kind of got a little bit of cuteness to her, right? I mean, she's not really somebody I would date. I've gotten much, much better, but she's not bad-looking. And she's definitely not ugly. She's thin. She's not obese. She's pretty fit. And, she's not going to have a problem like landing some dude who wants to put a ring on her finger. But she hasn't. Why? She's already 30 and she hasn't. Why? Because she's damaged, right? And now she's over 30 and still single. No guy put a ring on a finger. Now you can see why, right? You can see why. Look at what she had to say on this show. There's no flexibility whatsoever, and it's just complete and utter entitlement. And never did she. And I'm kind of saddened that Steve Harvey did not press her on this, because I would have pressed her on this as the host of the show. I would have said, "Okay, great, you've got this list. Now let me ask you, Heather, what do you bring to the table? What about you? What do you have to offer a man that fulfills this list? What do you've got, like a diamond vagina or something? I mean, what do you have to offer the guy who fulfills this insane, crazy list of yours? What do you bring to the table?" She'd be like, "Excuse me? What? But I'm the woman. I don't have to bring anything to the table. I thought the world is all about me. That's what I've been told my whole life. By all these lefty politicians, I've been told everything's about you, girl." No. What do you bring to the table? I would have asked her that, but he didn't press her. So, saddened by that. But as always, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of Heather's massively long list of dating requirements for men. Let me know if you've come across these same type of women, you guys who've used these dating apps. who have this ridiculous list of requirements that they expect you to fulfill, right? Even though now they're post-wall and they're losing their social power and their options are shrinking and their requirements are growing. Let me know if you've experienced these type of women below in the comment section, and anything else you would like to add that I might have missed. Go ahead and drop those in the comments below. Share with the tribe. Always happy to see you guys in my comments. Always happy to read your comments. Always very entertaining and very humorous. Love seeing you guys in the comments. So drop those comments below. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe to the 33 Secrets channel. Right? Hit the notification bell as well so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. And more importantly, guys, if you like what I'm teaching you guys here, if you love my work, best way to support me is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, not chicks like Heather, right? But instead, good women, high caliber women, cool women, women who aren't going to throw out this 50 bullet point requirement list in order for you to date her post-wall, over 30 DG self, right? I teach you how to get the high caliber women out there, young women under the age of 30. Most of my students are picking up, approaching, and LTRing women in their late teens, early 20s. So I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And this is the absolute best way to support my work. And you're going to be learning from one of the best pickup artists in the world. I am one of the top 10 pickup artists in the world. I'm also one of the longest running pickup artists in the world. I was around much longer than Mystery and all those other guys that came along later. So I have a wealth of experience. I have a lot to teach you guys. And guys who are in my program are always they're always raving about it and how they were never taught this stuff growing up, and that even their dads didn't have the knowledge to teach them this stuff, and they're so thankful that they found my channel, my program. So it's the absolute best way to support my work, and it's real easy to get signed up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.